The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com.
Too long. Welcome in to the radio. Welcome in. Oh God, all hell is breaking loose. Welcome in to Radio Misfits presents Pugs and Kelly. Additionally present Kelly's Practical Pics. Look at that. My ego demands I somehow shoehorn my name in there, even if it makes it not roll good. It's Kelly's Practical Pics.
Okay. You're part of it.
Yeah, I think so. I just feel like that was very, for some reason, why did I feel the need? Because it would have rolled really good if I had just said, it's the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Welcome to Kelly's Practical Pics. But I didn't. For some reason, some part of my ego went, hey, say your name. And then it didn't work. And so I'm just admitting that. That's
I thought it worked.
25 years of therapy makes me capable of seeing that and pointing that out in real time. That's right. I know my damage. Do you know your damage, young lady?
No, I do not. I'm scared.
Right.
49ers.
Oh, God, you had yourself one for the record books last week. Not a good week, Kelly. Now, why don't you tell people how you make the picks, and then we'll let them know how you did last week, and then I'm gonna, what was that movie? I'm gonna Sixth Sense your ass at the end of it.
No. Okay, we have what mascot is playing the other mascot and who would win in a battle, like a hand-to-hand combat or, gun-to-hand. Depends on who's playing. And it's 11 of, like, Colts, for example, and 11 Patriots, and they fight each other. And who's going to win?
Could 11 Patriots from the 1770 Minutemen, if you will, from the 1770s, could 11 of them defeat 11 baby horses? I think so. I think I would go with the Patriots now. But that's how she does it. She's been doing it for decades. She's had great success over the years with it. She has beaten professional athletes. She has out-prognosticated. It's not a word, but we're going with it. She has out-prognosticated actual legends of the game, coaches, all of that. And this week, she did really bad. So I'm sorry to tell you. Hold on, let me pull up the numbers here. It was not a good week, but in here, don't worry. Like I said, I'm going to Sixth Sense your ass with. All right. So last week you went 6-8. It was God.
Could have been worse.
No, you know what? That's it. That's the thing. Here we go. Shyamalan, yeah. That's the guy who did Sixth Sense, right? Shyamalan. Okay. It's the first bad week she's had all season. She is still like 15, 16 games above 500 and picking for the season. So so about one bad week, you'll get it back. And that's why we do it here every week. All right. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get this ready. Let's do this. What is this? All right. Nope. That's the last game. That's not the first game. Sorry. You know what I'm doing? I'm watching recently, the week of us taping this. I don't know if you're aware of the work sharing company WeWork. Have you ever heard of WeWork?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I used to work out of a WeWork in Chicago. I kind of liked it. Anyway, they went bankrupt this week, and so I decided to jump into both the Apple miniseries about the fall of WeWork and the Hulu documentary.
Ooh, nice.
So that's why I'm a little bit disheveled. I was watching it with dinner, and I'm like, oh, Kelly's waiting.
Is it good? I'm looking for stuff.
It's excellent. It is excellent. It is. I don't know where this money comes from, Kelly.
I don't know.
Have you ever driven? I mean, you should see this neighborhood. Well, you've seen this neighborhood that I'm flopping in. I drive through this neighborhood and I go, what do these people do? How? Because it's hard for me to buy a 2-liter bottle of name brand soda. And these people have like stupid tiny yards with a $10 million house. I'm like, what do you do? You can't all be dentists.
No, and I asked them, and I would probably zone out after they started talking because it would be workity, work. No,
Well,
I don't. I don't.
these two characters who started the WeWork. The miniseries is really good on Apple TV. It stars Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway as these two characters. Anyway, I'm distracted by it, but let's move on. I was reminded because
my daughter just informed me that Jared Leto has a really bad reputation on set.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
See that because he is an immensely talented actor. And one thing that I know about immensely talented actors is that they're all a-holes. So yeah, I can totally see that. He's so good in this. Do you know that Jared Leto? Okay, I know we're supposed to be doing football. Do you know Jared Leto? Jared Leto is a guy that if you asked me, what's your favorite Jared Leto movie? I'd be like, I couldn't name one. You know why I couldn't name one? Because he disappears into every role. He is not memorable as Jared Leto in anything. If you saw him in the House of Gucci and then you saw him in this WeWork thing, you wouldn't know it's the same actor. And then you see him as the Joker, and then you see him. He's so in Dallas Buyers Club. He's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Right. He was like a cracked out AIDS, homeless, like prostitute in that. And then you see him in WeWork where he's like, I don't know. He's just incredible.
Business.
I could see him being an a-hole. All right, game one. Here we go. Speaking of a-holes, how about my Bears? This is the Thursday night game. Game one of week 10. Kelly, how do you see it? Panther versus Bear.
Got a Panther versus a bear. And I've been seeing, I think since I clicked on that one bear video that I had sent you about him just like pummeling the security guard, now I get a bunch of bear videos on Instagram. I'm not that into bears, but apparently Instagram thinks that I am. But they seem tough from the videos that I've seen. I don't know about the Chicago Bears being that tough, but bears in and of themselves are pretty tough. And since I still don't know what a panther does, because I always think Pink Panther.
Well, it's a cat. It's a jungle cat. It's just smaller than a tiger, but bigger than a. I don't know what's.
There's not any sign saying "Beware of panthers" on the road. Nobody says that.
Black panthers are pretty scary. Black Panther. They're always. Yeah. Hey, this was interesting to me. I want to try this because this is perfect for this game. How we make these picks. This is a bear versus a panther. So I'm wondering if something that straightforward, a question that straightforward could be answered by Google. I want to ask Google who would win in a fight between a bear. For shits and giggles, let's see if she actually can answer this. Sometimes she doesn't, but let me see. Who would win in a fight between a bear and a panther?
According to A to Z animals, while they usually weigh between 250 and 350 pounds but can get much bigger, the largest Florida black bear weighed 760 pounds. A lot of the bear's weight is pure muscle. It will be an easy win if the black bear can strike the panther down.
All right, there you go. You got Google. She gave us an answer, an easy win for the Bears.
I like that one because I hate it when I ask Siri's, shut up, she shall not be named, a question, and then it's like, here's some information I found on that. I'm like, no, I asked you a question. I could Google it myself.
Right. I want you to make life easy. Don't give me new things I got to do. Google this. Right, who do you want?
I got to go with the Bears.
She's going with the Bears. All right. Let's see.
I found the top 14 highest rated celebrity feet online because I figured it would tie into football. Number 14 is Jen Aniston.
She's got, wait. What is this a ranking of?
Of the best looking feet, celebrity feet.
Who does this? Who makes these rankings? Who makes a distinction between Jennifer Aniston's and Angelina Jolie's feet? I care about what's attached to the feet, not the feet.
Some people really just care about the feet, and they give them rankings.
All right.
But Jennifer Aniston comes in at number 14.
All right. Well, share. I want you to share one every pick, okay? That will be something we'll look forward to. Jennifer Aniston, 14th best feet among perverts and degenerates. All right, next game. Here you go. This one's in Germany, another one of these German games. It's troubling, too, because the Patriots are the home team, and we know what German Patriots can be like. So, Colts at Patriots in Frankfurt, Germany, 8:30 a.m. Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. Well, baby horse, and then the Patriot. Oh, and you don't want to go against Germany. They're the Second World War again, but they're tricky. and they're really good at making stuff,
Mm.
especially office chairs. I don't know why I know that.
We
But
don't
so
encourage German patriotism, and this seems like it's unavoidable.
yeah, it's got to go with the German Patriots.
Baby horse. It's like, how do you not?
Sorry.
All right, there you go. She's taking the Pats over the baby. Again, it's the only team who they go out of their way in their name to say, look how vulnerable we are. Colts, you're never going to win a game, you guys. Browns, the Cleveland. Oh, jeez, now I got to deal with the Browns. Cleveland
Oh wait,
Browns.
number 13, best feet, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, well, you're not gonna get pushback from me because although I don't know how, like, I have no frame of reference for this, but I would say that I probably prefer Scarlett Johansson's feet to Jen Aniston.
Probably.
So far I'm on board. Browns at Ravens. This is again the Browns. You can go with the color brown, you can go with an old man named Paul Brown, or you can go with who the Browns try to identify with these days, Brownie the Magic Elf.
Magic Elf going against the most, what is it, tricky of all birds, ones that really get your psyche, and that would be the Ravens.
The thing about the Baltimore Ravens is that they get into your head and they have a way of manipulating you and making you do whatever you want. Now, the question I think for you on this one is, how strong of a mental constitution does a magical elf have? Like, is it harder for a Raven?
No, I don't consider them smart. I just like the fact that they have magic. That's cool. You can do a lot with magic, I guess, although I hate magicians.
Dumb guys with magic. That's what the Cleveland Brown Elves are. Dumb guys with magic, so they're dangerous, but they're probably going to burn their own house down.
Yes, and the Ravens are tricky. They just pick at you, pick until you go crazy.
Never more. Yeah. They make you go nuts.
All right,
so I'm guessing you're going with the Ravens. There you go. How about the Texans taking on the
Clark, number 12.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Who?
Amelia Clark.
All right. Kelly's freaky foot list. Feet that she's hottest for. Jennifer Aniston at 14. Scarlett Johansson at 13. And now we've got Amelia Clark coming in at what? 12? Oh, God. Really? I had to ask for help on what comes next. Okay, Amelia Clark, Game of Thrones. I'd rather see Scarlett. Look, if we have to do the foot thing, I'd rather Scarlett Johansson. Please continue. Okay. Next game, Texans at Bengals.
We've got the Texans, tough guys running around. Have we determined if they have guns or not? I mean, if Texas has its way, then yes, they do.
Let's say probably. Most dudes in Texas have a gun. I'd say probably. But again, they're not some idealized cowboy because that mascot already exists in the state. These are just dudes who live in Texas.
Yeah.
Texas. Like
wearing boots, riding horses, maybe, even though I've never seen that in real life.
Probably not. They go to the mall and drink at Starbucks. It's Texas. It's a modern Texan.
That's right.
These will live outside.
Versus the Bengal tiger, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're snazzy looking. Their helmets are cool, too.
What a regular dude, let's say he's from Texas, if you just dropped him, because this is in a tiger cage, let's say it's at a zoo even. You just dropped a dude from Texas in a Bengal tiger cage at the zoo, what's going to happen?
The Bengal tiger is going to get him. Because, I don't know, I'm also a Texan, kind of, and I would freeze if a tiger came running at me. Even if I had a gun, I would just freak out. I wouldn't know what to do. So
that's right. We should correct it. We're not just talking about dudes from Texas. Texans are people from Texas. So that includes you. Could you take a tiger?
Hell no.
Well, there you go. Okay.
I don't want to.
No.
I also don't want to go on a safari. I don't understand why people do that.
Right? Dude, not only do I not want to go on a safari, I don't want to drive through one of them zoos. You seen those drive-through zoos they got all over Texas? No, thank you.
I've seen videos. I'll just go to Animal Kingdom in Disney World. That's good. I can see the animals from there.
Disney. Yeah. You know why? I'm fairly certain their insurance is paid up.
That's right.
When that giraffe cracks my windshield, I don't know that old Cooter outside Waco is going to come through with the new windshield. I know Walt Disney Corporation is. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, 49ers at Jags.
Jennifer Lawrence, number 11.
Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, so Kelly's freaky foot fetish list. These are chicks with the hottest feet that she's most into. Jennifer Aniston is 14. Scarlett Johansson is 13. Emilia Clarke is 12. And 11 is
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. Okay.
Mhm.
I like her, but again, still, I'm going with Scarlett Johansson's feet over all of them.
She's
Continue. Next game. 49ers
got-
Jack.
Oh yeah, crazy old coot guy looking for gold, but he got there. That's a long trek, even in a covered wagon drawn by a horse. That still would have taken a long time, and you probably run into many obstacles. Did they fight people like Native Americans? Is there any kind of like altercations that had happened?
They're not pioneers. The 49ers are already there. 49ers were dudes who were already in Cal. They didn't have to come anywhere. They're just there. They headed to the hills. These are professional get-rich-quick miners.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for opportunity.
Taking
They
on
got
a jaguar.
But they got mountain lions up there. And they
Yeah.
don't want a whole bunch of mountain lions scaring people away from panning for gold. They were still going, and they had guns. I don't know.
They stuck to it.
But I think that's what a jaguar is. A jaguar is basically like a mountain lion.
Yeah, I think of it as like a panther, which aren't they? They're probably all in the same family. Yeah, cats.
We've established you don't even know what a panther is, so you don't know. You have no idea what a jaguar is.
No.
That's
I
fine.
think the 49ers, yeah, they can take it. They can take it on. They have their own skills. They can figure out a way because they've had to live amongst them. So I think the 49ers could take on the Jaguar.
Right, they're prepared for bear and jaguar. They got guns and dynamite, and they blow stuff up. I think they're fine. I think the 49ers are fine. Although we do fall victim to that image of the crazy old man, who's just delirious and desperate to find anything. But that's not what the team's named after. The team's named after the ones who struck it rich and who built San Francisco. So these are the successful ones, the Comstocks, the Hearsts, those people.
Yeah, so we'll go with the 49ers on this one.
Yeah, why not? I think that's a good pick. All right, 49ers it is. The next game, let's go with the Saints and the Vikings.
Number 10, Victoria Justice.
Don't know who that is. We'll totally forget.
It's like
Spice
Nickelodeon shows. No. Nickelodeon shows. My kids watch stuff with her in it. I think it's like something that Victoria is the name. Victorious. Is that it? I don't know. But it's a kids show. But it's a kid show from like 10 years ago. She was 10 years ago.
Okay, good. All right. So it's okay if I look up her feet. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'd bet the kids' college fund on Spice Girl. Who's the Spice? Isn't there a Spice Girl with a name like that?
Victoria Beckham?
That's the one. All right. Yeah, I should remember that.
With her?
Yeah, they were at my honeymoon in Ireland, and I drank with David Beckham, but I didn't know who he was. I knew she was, but okay. So Saints at Vikings, Kelly. Saints at Vikings.
Okay. It's so funny because I was just talking to my son, who's a teacher, and he was teaching the kids about the Crusades. They're in the Crusades. And I'm like, were they surprised to learn that Christians actually slaughtered people? And he's like, there were a lot of confused looks out there. They didn't believe it. Like, yep. And we just found out.
What?
I know. Huh?
This went on for how many hundred
years? Why don't they talk about this in church? I don't remember hearing anything about it. But Saints also were parts of wars, and they'd be fighting Vikings. So kind of in my mind, seems like an even battle. But
okay.
I think Saints have God's ear.
I like that. I like the way you're thinking there.
Yeah, so I think even though they have to go to Viking territory, I mean, if they're Saints, they're dead. They could just fly there. So I'd pick the Saints.
So let me give you a little Viking history, since I love my Viking history. So the history of the Vikings is the first time the Vikings raised their ugly heads was when they crossed that little narrow pass of the North Sea from Denmark and landed on the shores of England and Scotland. And what were they targeting? They were targeting riches and goods. They just wanted shit to take back home to Denmark. They targeted monasteries. They targeted where all of the monks and all the Christians were, because they know that's where whatever people were there, that's where the gold was kept. They didn't have banks back then. They felt protected in the monasteries, and the monasteries had religious artifacts and fancy crosses, and the Vikings were like, let's melt it down, because that's all they wanted. So
Right.
they slaughtered all of those people, and interestingly enough, many of the monasteries and monks and all that stuff that got slaughtered became saints because they were slaughtered by Vikings. So I don't know
Huh.
what to do. I don't know how to make this one,
Cool.
except they never like the English, they never went to Denmark. So the saints at Vikings historically doesn't line up. There was the Vikings who went to England and just raped and killed and burned everybody, stole their stuff.
Mhm. Well, and the Saints could want revenge, and so then they would haunt the Vikings.
Well, this is the thing. Yes, if they become saints and if we believe and subscribe to all of that stuff, then they're going to get their justice in the end. They're
Mhm.
saints. God's going to,
Yep.
they don't
As
even go to the same place.
I was
Like,
almost gonna go with the Vikings, but I think the Saints. I'd be pissed if you killed me and all my friends. I would haunt
yeah,
you.
I think that's fair. I think that I think saints showing okay because they go to different places too. Like saints are in heaven, or at least that's
Mhm.
where they're when they're off work. I guess when they're
Mhm.
working, they're down here, right? And
Yeah,
I don't know what to say. What do saints do? I don't know.
they're
But
on break.
but Vikings go to Valhalla, and that's a different place. That's a different place than heaven. So, but only if you die in battle.
Oh, okay. Valhalla. Was there a
Valhalla,
show?
probably sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
there's a Viking movie called Valhalla that's
Maybe
on
that's what
Netflix.
I'm thinking of. Or it's a city in Georgia. One of the two. Could be
Well,
both.
it's the mythological home of Viking heaven. Anyway, moving on. Okay, jeez, we don't need to go deep into the weeds on Vikings. All
No,
right,
but you
let's
want
talk.
to know who number 9 is?
Yes,
Emma
number 9
Roberts.
is Billy. Who?
We got Emma Roberts.
Okay, who was the one before her? Victoria Justice.
Victoria Justice. Yes.
Okay. I like Emma Roberts. I mean, not her feet. I'm not a weirdo, but I like Emma Roberts a lot. You know
Then we
why?
got
I was talking about this on the show today. I like bitchy women. Like I like women that are like kind of like I'm like, and I tracked back where this started. Do you remember the show Square Pegs?
yes.
Okay. Do you remember Tracy Nelson?
She's the friend of Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, she was the mean one. She was the mean girl at
Oh,
the school who dressed really Valley Girl and kind of talked really Valley Girl. Well, I was
yeah.
young and I was really attracted to her. And, oh, by the way, she's the sister of Nelson. Remember the albino rock
Oh,
band?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Ozzy and Harriet, their granddaughter.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's who she is. So she's Tracy Nelson, and I had a crush on her, and she was mean. And it set me on this path where now throughout my life, I just like mean women. And
Okay.
Emma Roberts is like a mean woman. Like every time she's in a role, I'm like, God, I know she's young, but whatever. She's Eric Roberts' kid, right?
She's in that family. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's Eric Roberts' kid and Julia Roberts' niece. But she plays a
Mhm.
really good mean girl. Like kind of like how remember when Sarah Michelle Gellar tried to play a mean girl in that movie like 20 years ago? The
Yeah.
sexy one. Remember, but it didn't really work. Sarah Michelle Gellar ain't really a mean girl.
No.
She's
Mm-mm.
buffy. Well,
Yeah.
Emma Roberts seems like a mean girl. Okay. Who you like, Packers or Steelers? Oh, a couple of union. This is a union battle.
Yeah. The Packers have to go to the steel plant. But see, paper is heavy too. But steel seems like it would be heavier, so you'd have to be stronger to work in a steel mill, I'm guessing.
Right? Like
Probably.
this is it. Like, is it a harder job to be a paper packer, a union paper packer, or a union steel worker? That's it. That's the
Yeah.
conundrum.
I think it's a harder job to be a union steel worker, though frankly, neither of those jobs sound like good options. They don't sound fun.
Back
I would want to do either one.
yeah.
But the Packers have to get from Green Bay over to Pittsburgh and fight the Steelers. The steel packing guys or steel welding. Well, do they weld? We went over this before.
I think they just I don't know. Here's what I think a steel mill is. It's just gigantic, really hot ovens with flames shooting out of the ground. I don't know what they're doing, but that's all that it ever looks like. They're melting something. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what a
Well,
steel
I
mill
mean,
is.
flames wouldn't do well with paper. So the Packers would be at a disadvantage if
Right.
they bring their weapon of reams of paper. That's not going to work. So I would go with the Steelers on that.
Hey, do you know
Steelers
what
are tough to me.
the what?
The Steelers always seem tough to me.
Yeah, they
I
do.
wouldn't want to mess with them.
Do you know,
Mm-mm.
I just realized that like I don't know what a steel mill does. A steel mill. I don't know what a steel mill does. I don't know how that works. And then I had in my second thought, my next thought was, oh my God, I actually don't know. I don't know what steel is. What is steel? They
It's
gotta make
metal.
it. I thought they just pulled it out of the ground in bars and built stuff with it. What do you mean, steel mill? What are they doing there with it?
That's
I
a
don't know
really
what steel is. What is steel? What does raw steel look like? Is there no such thing? I don't know. What does it have
Is
to be
it part
made?
aluminum and part something else? But then where do you get aluminum from?
I don't know. I'm so stupid.
No.
I just see you're just realizing you don't know what steel is either.
No,
Just
and now I know what I'm gonna be doing at midnight tonight. My
you're gonna
phone Googling, what is steel made of?
because it's not wood. I know what wood is. It comes from a tree, and I know
Yeah,
what
got that.
rock, stone, cement. I can get what cement is. It's just like a granulated. You add water and it thickens. I get that. What the hell's
Mhm.
steel? Are they pulling it out of the ground? Are there steel mines? There's no steel mines. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they have to make it then? But out of what? Where do you get the ingredients?
Exactly. That's my point. What is steel? All right, moving on. So you're going to go with the Steelers. Well, we have to move on. We could just do this. All right, here we go. The
Oh, 8 is
Titans.
Demi Lovato.
Oh, Demi Lovato's feet.
Yep, she's number 8.
Crazy feet.
Mhm.
All right. Titans at Buccaneers. And let me just say this about the Buccaneers before we go any farther. I would like to demand of that team that they change the spelling of their name. Look at the weird ass spelling of that word. 2 C's, 2 E's. It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be so elaborate. Go ahead, Kelly.
On my board, I just write Bucks.
Yeah.
But it's a Titan versus a Buccaneer. Buccaneers don't seem like that tough of pirates. I think we've gone over that before. They're
Yeah,
more like fanciful.
they're
I don't
warm weather opportunist Caribbean pirates. This is what the Buccaneers were. They robbed pleasure cruisers and they were stick-up artists. Most of them were on the run from doing nefarious things in normal civilized Europe. So they're out
Mhm.
there now and it's warm weather. It ain't Vikings. Vikings are out there in the cold. The other warm weather guys with Jerry Seinfeld puffy shirts,
Yep.
fancy facial hair. Nah, they ain't
Mhm. Mm-mm. But a Titan is. That's
Titans.
how they get the name. That's why they named the people who are like heads of corporates Titans. It's a corporate
Yeah.
Titan. It doesn't mean that he's just lowest on the totem pole. No, he's way up there. So he's got to be tough. So I'm going to pick the Titans.
Titans have Zeus genes. Titans
Yeah.
are the children of Zeus. And
Mhm.
I don't know whoever he was shacking up with. I don't know who was Zeus's girlfriend.
I don't
Is
know.
there? I don't know. We don't know what
Who was
steel is.
Aphrodite you got hook up with?
Who?
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite?
Am I confusing Greek and Roman? Whatever.
I think she's Greek, but I think Zeus is Greek too.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't.
good. Then they could totally hook up. Because
Yeah,
she's like the goddess of beauty or something, isn't she? It's
yeah,
been
but
so long.
who did he actually hook up with? Was it maybe it was Aphrodite? But come on, we can't. This is ridiculous. All right, so you're going with the Titans over,
Titans.
over the Buccaneers. Titans over
And
the
number
Buccaneers.
7 is Katy Perry.
Who?
Katy Perry.
Mm,
I would imagine she has a lot of calluses on her feet. She dances a lot.
I imagine the bottoms of our feet are black.
Yeah. Ooh,
Like in any
gosh.
given moment. That really nice toes, like probably do a lot of work on the toes, and there's probably glitter on the toes and stuff. But bottoms, black bottom for
Yeah.
Katy.
That's something for
Spends a lot of
everyone, I
time
guess.
spends a lot of time out on the back porch barefoot, I'm thinking.
Yuck. Ugh. No barefoot. Yuck. No.
Falcons at Cardinals. Kelly, this is bird versus bird. Hey, we can ask Google this too when you're done, because I think Google might have an answer for Falcon versus Cardinal.
I feel like a falcon would eat a cardinal, but I'm never really sure on who eats their own. But because what do falcons eat aside from fries, like
Hunt.
Seahawks?
No. Here's okay. So here's what falcons eat. Falcons are some of the best hunters in the world. They eat rodents. They fly and they dart out of trees and they'll get you bunnies. Any kind of animal that's on the ground. Woodchucks. Like that's what they do. They eat those things and fish too. I think they also grab fish, but mostly it's like they'll go after mice and bunnies and stuff like that.
Well, you
And
know
pick
who
them up.
doesn't eat bunnies? Cardinals. Cardinals do not eat bunnies, as far as I know.
Cardinals are a beautiful bird, but Falcons have an edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the falcons. They do seem like tough birds. I imagine them gliding and then diving down to catch their prey.
like there is like a really cool ass sport called falconing, and there's not a sport called cardinaling. Nobody, there isn't. Like, falconing, that's when the dudes who have the gloves with the falcons, and then the falcons fly off their arm and they have to do a series of obstacles and then they fly back. It's pretty cool. You don't do that with cardinals. Hey, let's ask Google before you give us our next freaky foot of the day. All right. Let's see. We're going to ask them, who would win in a fight, a falcon or a cardinal? Who would win in a fight, a falcon or a cardinal? Oh, she's got no answer for me on that one.
Like, that's not a stupid question. I'm not even going to answer you.
Okay. All right. We're going to go with falcon anyway. All right. We're going to go. I think that's the obvious choice. Next game, let's go with Detroit football. Oh, hold on. The Detroit, where are we in? Yeah, Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Kelly, the Lions versus the Chargers. Who you got?
Okay, number 6, by the way, was Miranda Cosgrove, another child star, another person I see my kids watching old reruns from on Nickelodeon.
All right, Kelly is randomly naming women with really hot feet. Miranda Cosgrove. What? She's number, what is she?
Number 6.
Number 6. Who is she? Who's Miranda Cosgrove? To me, sounds like a 54-year-old woman who was once married to Kenneth Branagh. And you're telling me she's a young actress?
Yeah, I think she's got like straight dark hair. But then again, this is like 10 years ago. It's funny because my daughter, who's now 23, 24, was watched the same shows that my 11 and 9-year-olds watch. It's weird. Maybe they do.
I don't know what it is. She's got an old person name. All right, Miranda Cosgrove. Next game, Lions at Chargers. Kelly, Lions at I don't know. Chargers, where are they? Skies? I don't know.
Anywhere, right? Well, it lands too, though. Lightning takes out people. Lightning takes out trees.
I mean, are we saying a lion is taking a direct strike from lightning?
We'd have to assume that the lightning was aiming for something. And lightning, doesn't it aim for the tallest thing? Isn't that why you have those poles?
We have to assume that it's lightning versus lion, that lightning is aiming for the lion. So the lightning is in this fight. The lightning knows what's going. The lightning is aiming for the lion. Now, again, the Chargers, very difficult. It's a bolt of electricity. Very few things that can survive that. Of course, the Jets, we paid the price on that one last week when the Chargers actually they defeated the Jets. We had the Jets and we lost, but they can, that's maybe the color brown or a magic elf. I don't know. I just don't know how a lion would do against a direct hit from a bolt of lightning. That's just me.
Not well. Would not do well. So you have to go with the lightning. Plus,
you almost have to.
We all still have to get out of pools, right? When there's lightning. Is that a real thing?
Good question. I call foul on that. I don't think that was ever a real thing. I also don't think waiting a half hour before you get in the pool is a real thing. I think you gotta wait, like, what's appropriate for you and your individual metabolism. I don't think timing it with a half hour, that always sucks.
Yeah. So I gotta go with the Charger, the lightning bolt.
Of course. All right, Chargers. Was there anything? Oh, give me another one of your fantasies.
Kristen Stewart. I don't like her. I don't know why, but she's number 5.
I know why you don't like her, because she's highly unlikable. She's very unlikable, and I felt the exact same way for ever about her. And then I saw her in something. I don't know what it is, but I like her now. I like her a lot now. Was she? Who was she? Did she play Princess Diana? And I thought, hey, she was pretty good. I think she did, because I'm an old royal hag. I love that stuff. I think she won me over by playing Diana in a movie. Hold on.
That's interesting casting. I don't know that I would have. It's not like she can't dye her hair.
Did Kristen Stewart play Diana?
Here is some information for, did Kristen Stewart play Lady Diana? According to The Guardian, Stewart spent some months perfecting her Diana, she says, coming up with an evocation of the princess's whispery, rushed diction.
Yeah, she did. She was the star of the Diana movie, and she was really good in it. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I did. And she was really good. And I mean, okay, maybe I like her now.
Okay, well, she's number 5. Check out her feet next time. We'll
right,
see.
Still not better than number 13, Scarlett Johansson. But okay, we'll move on. All right, Kelly is taking the Chargers over the Lions, and why wouldn't she? Let's talk about the New York Football Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. They are armed. They're one of the only competitors we know are armed, Patriots being the other.
But it's a giant. I mean, I can't imagine. Like, it's first off, you don't always die when you're shot. Do they shoot them one time or their whole like gun full of bullets?
Well, they got 6 shooters and maybe they got shotguns and yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. But still, it doesn't matter. The giant, it could be like a pea shooter to the giant. Will these bullets even pierce a giant's skin? I don't know.
I don't think so. I just don't think so. I just think that the bullet to person ratio is too big for a giant. It'll go farther.
All right. So you're going with the Giants?
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like at this point to announce that Kelly has now 2 in a row. Daily double picks. All right, Kelly has just rattled off 2 picks in a row that should be the upset pick of the week. She is taking the Chargers over the Lions. Lions kill the Chargers. But Kelly's saying, nope, laws of nature dictate different. She's going Chargers, and she is now taking the New York Football Giants over the Dallas Cowboys. That's 2 big upsets. She's calling them here, and she's standing by them.
I have to. I'm not going to back down.
Take your bow. You're fearless. All right, now let's see what's the next. Oh, that's right. Yeah, freaky foot stuff. Go ahead.
Kylie Jenner. I don't know.
Which one is she? No, I don't know.
She's the one where I think we didn't find out the name of her kid for like a year.
There's a big one and a little one. Did you realize this? There's a big one and a little one. There's one that's like 6 foot tall and one that's like 5'5", and they stand next to each other. I don't know which is which. I like the tall one. I think the tall one.
Kendall?
One of them. Is that Kendall? One of them just had a birthday today or yesterday or something like that. I don't know. Recently, and they're 28. What?
Whoa.
28. One of them is 28.
I bet you it's Kylie. No, she can't be.
Yes, she can.
Oh my gosh.
How old is Kendall Jenner?
Wikipedia. Kendall Nicole Jenner is an American model, media personality, socialite, and businesswoman.
Okay, yeah, she's 5'11". She's the one. She's 5'11" and 28 years old. She is 28, born November 3rd, 1995. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Kylie's 26, by the way.
So old.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, she seems older though. She's been through a lot. I guess so. I don't think I've
She's
seen
been through a lot. She's lived her life on television. We've seen it all.
I think I've seen 2 episodes of the Kardashians. But so I don't even know how I know any of this stuff.
That's probably about what I've seen in 20 years. Probably about 2 episodes. Yeah, I never really. I mean, look, me and Kim, you were there when Kim and I bonded, and she instructed me about salsa. So I'm a big supporter, but I can't watch that stuff. It's so stupid.
No, it is dumb. They don't need any more attention. They're fine. They're good. We can move on. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I was right. All right, I was being silly, but Kendall Jenner is 28 years old and she's 5'11". Kylie Jenner is 26 years old and she's only 5'5". So that's how I tell them apart. Big one, little one.
Yeah.
They're both beautiful. I mean, I'm not taking a shot at either one of them. It's just one of them. Here's the thing in the family, and everybody knows it, but nobody says it. One of them, the 5'11" one, is the legit model. The other one is just like a bikini girl. You know what I mean? An Instagram girl. One of them is 5'11".
She sells lipsticks and stuff, I guess. Somebody does.
They're Kardashians. Their brand is already established. She doesn't need to also be a legit model. But just if we are taking notes, one of them is legit model size and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Giants and Cowboys. We're going what? Giants?
Giants.
Right. All right. Hold on. Let me fix that one. Giants, she says. That's right. That's part of the 2 for upset pick of the week. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. We've got the New York Football Jets taking out the Las Vegas Raiders. Jets at Raiders.
It's a jet flying into a Raider, or a jet is just hanging out in the hangar and a Raider can jump in and fly it. Maybe.
No, because that
I
would
think
mean the jet's at home. The jet is not at home. The jet
Mm,
is the
in
jet is
Raider.
the jet's in the water. Raiders are boat pirates. The jet
Oh
is
yeah,
in
we
the
don't want
the jet
Oh,
is
no jet in the water. No. Water is not a good place. Not everyone can be Sully. I don't know that every jet can land clean in water. So
could it land on the pirate boat though? If it lands on the pirate boat, it would kill everybody in the pirate boat, and the people in the plane, they got flotation devices. They might survive.
yeah, that's true. And then the jet, even if it does land in the Raider boat, it would sink the Raider boat, so it's still in the water. Still
Yeah.
ends up in the water. And then people can survive in the water. I don't think jets can. So we're going to have to go with the Raiders.
Raiders. She goes with the Raiders over the Jets.
Mhm.
Yeah, that plane, I know. There was no Captain Sully on that one. That plane went down and it was not nice.
Mm-mm.
What do I want to say about that one? Jets at Raiders. Wasn't there someone was? Oh, yeah. So I was thinking about this. I was having, I've shared with you my theory about why. Have I shared my theory about why the Las Vegas Raiders will never win anything in that city? Have I shared this theory with you?
Is it because there's a lot to do there?
Yeah, it's because every single weekend of a home game, somebody who plays for the Las Vegas Raiders is going to have a cousin in town in Vegas. Come on, man, let's go out. Saturday night. I got a game tomorrow. It's got to be, oh, come on, dude. Don't be a pussy. So the Raiders are constantly going to be entertaining because they play in the entertainment capital of the world. And, they all have friends and cousins who are looking for an excuse because their friend
Mhm.
plays in Vegas. Now, the other teams, I'm telling you, the teams that come into Vegas to play, those
Mhm.
ones, I believe those teams are going to be like locked in, like their coaches are going to be like, you guys ain't going anywhere. We've got a game for,
Listen,
but the players who actually live there, yeah, I mean, you know how it is. You had friends who were on the Cowboys. They all have friends they got to take care of on game day. They come through. Did you okay? Did you get your seats? Think of being a
Mhm.
Las Vegas Raider. You're constantly going to be worried about your roommate from college and whether or not he got into the suite okay.
That's
It's
right.
just,
That's right. Yep. You have to. You have to take care of your guests.
I
So
just
we'll
think
go with
that's
the Raiders.
yeah. Well, you're going with the Raiders in this case, but
Mhm.
overall, they're going to win some games. I just don't think they will ever have a championship mindset because there are too many distractions in that city. All right,
That's
that's the
right.
Sunday night football game. Jets at the Raiders. Now let's go to Monday night. This is going to be the last one.
Wait a second. Did
Uh,
we do Commanders versus Seahawks?
Oh my goodness, we skipped over it. That's a great eye. I am so sorry. Yes. I was on the Kendall Jenner page and I skipped over it. Commanders at
Mhm.
Seahawks. That is a 3:25 game on Sunday. Commanders at Seahawks. Kelly?
Well. We've got military commanders versus a skanky bird.
Skanky, stupid,
That's right. But the
birdie.
military commanders, in theory, they could have a gun, but they really don't carry them. At least not the ones that I know.
They wear
But they
plumage though. They
Mhm.
wear birds in their fancy hats and stuff.
That's true. That's true. And the Seahawks, I don't know what they do. Not impressive. You don't hear about them doing anything important on the news. The Seahawks saved a 12-year-old today from drowning. No, that doesn't happen.
No, you
But
know
a
what they do?
commander is.
They hang
Hmm?
out in Target parking lots. Again, that's
Yeah,
all seagulls. Target parking lots, hundreds
that's
of them. You're 50 miles from the nearest body of water, but there are 1,000
right. Yep.
seagulls hovering over a target at all times.
'Cause some kid dropped a sandwich in the
Yes,
parking lot.
yes, that's exactly it.
How
Also,
it works.
7-Elevens. Yeah, they're always circling a 7-Eleven looking for the random roller that somebody discarded out their window. You know that meat on the rollers there at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't know that because you eat normal. I'm a fat guy. I'm familiar with them. But yeah, those things are always scattered around the parking lot. And there's birds and all right.
Mhm.
So who do we like? Oh, wait, no.
Go with the commander.
Hold on. Let's do this officially. This
Okay.
show is show it. There we go. Boom. This show is off the rails. Commanders at Seahawks. Who you going with? Commanders.
Commanders.
All right.
Third best feat of a
Yeah.
celebrity is Nicki Minaj. She catches the bronze.
Okay. All right. Whatever. That's fine. Wasn't she a dancer though, like a stripper? They always have bad feet. Their feet are always like messed up because of shoes.
Was she a stripper or am I confusing her with the other one?
Cardi B? Because
Yeah.
I do all the time. I get they're the same person to me. I'm an old white
Yeah.
man. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are the same person. And please don't get me started on Megan Thee Stallion. She might be in there too. I don't know. We're all the
No.
same.
Yeah. All right. They both can sing.
Yeah,
Good for
I'm
them.
sure they're all wonderfully talented in their own way. They don't appeal to me, and they're
Mhm.
not trying to appeal to me. So I don't mean to be rude, but I make no distinction.
No kidding.
I don't know. All right. And you owe us another one too, because you didn't give us one for the Sunday night Raiders Jets game. So Nicki Minaj, and then who's number 2?
Number 2, coming in with the silver medal, is Ariana Grande. Which
Yeah,
then made me look over the list to see how many people Pete Davidson has had sex with that are on this list.
that are on the list. All right, run through the list one more time. Kelly has been running down a list of women with the hottest feet. She
Mhm.
started with Jen Aniston at 14. We're up to we're up to Ariana Grande. Fill us in. Give us the list.
Okay, 14 is Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer
13,
Aniston.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I like those feet.
12, Amelia Clark.
Sure.
11, Jennifer Lawrence.
I can see
10,
it.
mhm.
No,
10
I'm
is
just
Victoria.
unraveled.
Yeah, Victoria Justice, who we're a little unsure of who she is. 9 is Emma Roberts. 8 is Demi Lovato. 7 is Katy Perry. 6 is Miranda Cosgrove. 5, Kristen Stewart. 4, Kylie Jenner. 13, 13. God, I can't count. 3 is Nicki Minaj. 2 is Ariana Grande. And
All
we're
right, there
away.
you go. So, all right, so we'll save the first one for the end of the show. So Ariana Grande, I can see it. Oh, I bet she's got
Yeah.
cute little feet.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not a foot guy. So I have no horse in this race, but I'm just, if we're talking feet, you've come up with a list of people with feet because it's a football
Mhm.
show, and look at that, she tied it in. If we're talking
Yep.
about feet, I can see how Ariana Grande, if you were a foot fetishist, that would be appealing. I could see that. I can see
Mhm.
how every part of her body could be appealing if you were into that.
Yeah, that's
She's
true.
beautiful.
She is.
Yeah.
And she's a
All
great
right. Is she? I don't know anything about her. I
Yes.
saw her, man. I've seen pictures of her, and I'm like, yeah, she's pretty. And
Mhm.
she's also like in her mid-20s, so I don't have to feel ultra creepy about it. Although I should still feel kind of creepy about it, but not crazy creepy because she's not 14. And apparently, she was famous for a long time when she was 14. And I didn't know who she was, so I've
Yeah,
only known
she's
Ariana Grande.
I think she's on Sam and Cat, another Nickelodeon show, when she was a kid. It's another one that my kids watch. I'm like, Ariana Grande, she just never gets old. She looks the same. Oh, well. I don't know.
Oh
That
well,
shows the
what are you gonna do? All right, Commander Seahawks. You went with well, we already did that one. You did the what? You did the Commanders. Okay, Sunday Night Football, Jets and Raiders. We did this one. Last one. Okay, here we go. The last game of the week. Kelly, Monday Night Football. The Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. Go.
Broncos do not ride Buffalo Bills, but Bills would ride a Bronco, I think.
That's very true.
He must have. He must have. Would he just like walk everywhere? He probably had to
Yeah.
take a horse somewhere.
Yeah.
Because
I
how
mean,
else are you going to get there?
these two brands. Okay, so like the Denver Broncos are going like with this Wild West, brand with the Bronco and all that, and then the Buffalo Bills are going with the Buffalo Bill. There's two Western brands. Buffalo Bill obviously broke Broncos a time or two in his life, so this is
Yeah.
easy.
Yep. So we got to go with the Bills.
There you go. All right, Kelly went with the Buffalo Bills. Let's run through this again. Kelly's picks for this week 10 in the NFL. She is going on Thursday Night Football. She's taking the Bears over the Panthers. She's taking the Patriots in Frankfurt, Germany on Sunday morning over the Colts. She's taking the Ravens over the Browns, the Bengals over the Texans, the 49ers over the Jags, the Saints over the Vikings, the Steelers over the Pack, the Titans over the Bucks, the Falcons over the Cardinals, the Chargers over the Lions, the Giants over the Cowboys, the Commanders over the Seahawks, the Raiders over the Jets, and on Monday Night Football, she is going with the Buffalo Bills to take down the Denver Broncos. All right. I feel pretty good. What?
You need the gold.
Oh, that's right. Number 1. Oh, wait. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, once again, this is the hottest foot in all the land, according to Kelly's weird sexual peccadillos. Give it to me.
That's right. Look it up on Wiki. Emma Watson wins the gold. Isn't she in Harry Potter?
I think so. That was really anticlimactic for me because I'm sure she's wonderful, but I never watched the Harry Potter movies and I'm
Me
unfamiliar
neither.
with her work. I don't know who she is.
I
What's her
know.
name?
Emma Watson.
She's Hermione, right? Isn't that her character that all kids 10 years younger than me think is like one of the most important characters in history? I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Could be. I don't know. I'm going to watch Harry Potter for the first time when my daughter comes to town because we're going to go to Hollywood Studios. No, Universal in Florida.
So,
And
but
I don't
you got a whole bunch
any
of little kids. You've never had with your kids, none of them? You've never had to go through Harry Potter with any of them?
they read via FaceTime with McKenna the Harry Potter books and they've
Mhm.
seen some of the movies. So they're very familiar. I am not.
I didn't, and I missed out on it with my son. My son is full metal Harry Potter. He loves it all. But I made a deal with his mother, my ex-wife. She's a Harry Potter freak, and she's like, "You got to let me have the Harry Potter stuff." And I'm like, "You got it." I'm
Yeah,
like, you got it. So my kid wasn't deprived of it. I'm just unfamiliar with it. You know
that
what
was
I've been
why talking about magicians is because my son Declan was trying to talk. He's like, you'd like it. You'd like it. I'm like, you know how I feel about magicians. I don't like magic. I don't like, they're always trying to trick you. I don't like
Right.
movies for kids. Like, this just does not seem like it's for me, but
The
I have
problem
to.
with magic with me is that I know magic doesn't exist. Like I know this dude in the cheap top hat and suit. I know that he doesn't have like some special secret sauce. He's not an alchemist. It's a
Mhm.
trick. We all know that. We're pretending it's not because we want to have a nice night out. All right. I don't like being tricked. Dude's
I
just up there. And
know.
I'm not
Me,
smart enough to figure it out. If I could figure it out, I'd be fine with it. I'd go to all kinds of magic shows, but I'm not smart enough to figure the trick out. So that frustrates me and I get mad and I just avoid the whole situation if I can.
plus, the Statue of Liberty never disappeared. There was never a news report like, oh my God, and for 15 minutes, the Statue of Liberty disappeared. Sorry, David Copperfield, you didn't pull it off.
It's just a
I don't know.
lie.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
just a
all
lie.
a lie.
You know what
Lies.
I was thinking about when I was just talking about Hermione from Harry Potter, the Emma, is it Emma Watson?
Emma Watson.
Okay, because
Mhm.
there's another Emma. There's like a bunch of British actress Emmas, and I don't know which is which. Anyway, so the one that was in Harry Potter that I don't know anything about, and I was just being really dismissive. Oh, I'm sure she's famous. You know, she's a young girl. That's probably like listening to my grandma talk about like Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia. I'm sure she means something to somebody. I don't know. She's Carrie Fisher, Eddie Fisher's kid. You know, it was like that. You know, they don't know who she is. And yet to our generation, it's like, what do you mean you don't know who Carrie Fisher is? I'm sure that's how I sounded talking
Yeah,
about Harry Potter. Sorry.
me too.
All right, that's it. That's going to do the show. That's Practical Picks for this week on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. She's Kelly Moore. We'll see you again next week. Bye, everybody. See ya.
Bye.